Here are some options for scripting the visibility of objects, as well as how to manage the scripts editor in Wyz Create. Within the scripting for making things visible or not visible in your script library, there's a bunch of different options. I'm going to open back up the script library under Animation and Set Properties. There's Hide Object, which does the opposite of what we just did with Show Object. And then scrolling almost down to the very bottom, there's one called Set Visibility, that if you were to use that, you would select the object type and the name just like we did before, but then you'd have the ability to say on or off. So this one gives you a little bit of a different control. There's one more. I'm going to drag back to my script library just to show you what it is. Under Animation and Set Properties, scrolling almost down to the bottom of that section, there's one called Toggle Visibility. Toggling is kind of like a light switch, kind of like we were doing with the image object when I was turning it off and on a minute ago. And so what that's going to do, I'm going to go into Image and select Frog and Dissolve. One more little tip on scripting. So remember, currently I've got Show Object, which is a script that's finished. I've got Set Visibility, which is a script that I didn't even finish. I just showed it to you. I threw it on my list here. So let's get rid of the Set Visibility one because I don't need it. To do that, I'm just going to click Delete and say OK. And now you can see my list of scripts only has 2 in there. Let's say I change my mind and I want to use Toggle Visibility instead of Show Object. I can go into Show Object and I can turn this script off. Down here in the bottom left, currently it says Script On. If I tap that, you can see it changes to Script Off. So dragging back to the top level, notice the left-hand side here. This one's not green anymore and this one is. So that means that now when this is triggered, when this button is touched, it's going to look at instructions. It's going to ignore this one and only do this one. So let's test that out. I'm going to click Run. And now I'm going to touch my book button and the frog appears. If I touch it again, the frog disappears. So that's what Toggle Visibility means. So you have a couple different options: Hide Object, Show Object, Set Visibility, or Toggle Visibility. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of a bunch of different things that you can do with button objects, different ways they can look using images, text, or being totally clear, and different things you can do with it, from playing sounds to hiding things to a bunch of different things that we didn't even talk about in that script library. Happy app making!